Hello everyone, this is Redact, and this game is called Suzerain. Currently at war with the Buddenbergians, whatever they're called, the ones with the silly names, and silly places, and the silly queen. So, not sure that our battle plan is working quite as it should, but let's resume the game and see what happens. I don't think there's anything that we need to do, so let's just continue. Sometime later. Victory is ours, surely. Quite some time. Quite a bit of time later. More than a lot of time later. An eternity later. No news. Okay, where are we actually at? Everyone resigned because they're all faithless little shits. Right, nothing. Nothing apart from here. Okay. Battle of Whole Sword. Okay. I undid my tie slowly and rose from my seat in the protected bunker on the outskirts of Whole Sword. I increased the volume of the crackling radio. The enemy is advancing on us, requesting backup. We are surrounded from all sides. I repeat, we are surrounded. They're using some kind of gas. The soldiers' eyes and ears are peeling. We need immediate assistance on Victory Avenue. Medics, we need more medics. Okay, so they are using chemical warfare. They are approaching the Marine Palace. We must protect the President at all costs. Yes, protect me! Protect me! Squad 6 will initiate the final charge while we barricade the palace. Please tell my wife I love her. Gregory Sordland. They're coming through the outer gates. They killed everyone. We surrendered our weapons, but they won't stop shooting. There is a God. I beg you, please end this. If there is anyone listening right now, please. The world needs to know what is going on. This is no longer war. This is a massacre. Squad 2 out. God, these people are evil. I turned the radio off and swallowed hard. Nobody knew I wasn't at the palace, except for Yosef. Miraculously, he managed to get my family here as well. Right now, he was monitoring communications in the adjoining room. I walked in and he saluted. The enemy is preparing to breach the palace. It's only a matter of time before they realize you're not there. How long will it... No, what do you make of the situation? Don't worry, sir. Unless they somehow got their hands on the palace schematics, they won't know about the secret tunnel that leads here from the Situation Room. And besides, this room is built to withstand nuclear attacks. We should be safe here for the moment. The diversion at the palace should buy us some time. Of course, the question is how much time. We have lost contact with the squadrons protecting the outer perimeter of the palace. Your guess is as good as my own at this point. After thanking Yusuf, I went back to the main room. I looked at Monica, Deanna and Frank. Deanna started running to me crying. I wiped her tears away. Papa, are we going to die? Death is never the end, my dear daughter. It all comes to us at one point in our lives. No, we will not die, Deanna. As long as I am here, don't worry. Keep silent and hug her. Yeah, don't worry. Alright, I trust you, Papa. Anton, can you come here for a second, says Monica. Went to a corner where Deanna wouldn't be able to hear us. What really is going on? Tell me the truth. We'll make it through somehow. You better keep that promise, Anton. If I don't, we're dead. So she went back near Deanna. Frank walked up to me. Dad, seriously, tell me, are we screwed? Don't fret, you're a Rain. You have to be strong. So the answer is yes, then. Despite our location many meters underground, I felt the room shaking. It must have been the bombs. Yosef came out of the communication room and pulled me aside. Sir, the palace is about to fall, and one of the Rumberg combatants was overheard saying he'd located the tunnel entrance. I order you to get us out of here immediately. Wait, that is not possible. They got troopers stationed in the woods above us. The only way out is through the palace or not at all. If I were you, I would start saying my prayers, sir. Look around, get comfortable, because this room will be our grave. They only want me. I'm going to the palace. Are you mad? Do you want to run straight into the enemy's sights? I have a duty to the nation. You have shown me you're not a coward, Mr. President. It's one last battle for me, then. His eyes started shining. Yes, I always wanted to go out with a bang anyway. Took off his jacket and walked over to the bunker's weapon cache, loading himself up with everything that was left. Turned to me and gave me his handgun. Monica, Anton, don't you fucking dare. I'm sorry, Monica, it's the only way I can save you. You don't get to decide that. Don't open this door after I leave, no matter what you hear. I will die a hero! Yosef punched a code into the panel on the door and it slid open. As we left the bunker, it closed behind us with a final sounding thud. The small electric vehicle Yosef had used to get me here from the palace was still outside. Got in and drove down the dark passageway for several minutes. Until we reached the secret entrance to the Situation Room. We disembarked and cautiously approached the door. Voices could be heard on the other side. Yosef shouldered his machine gun. Wait here, Mr. President. Yosef flung open the door and in a flurry of gunfire easily dispatched a small group of soldiers outside. Two of us cautiously crept through the room, then up through the palace's winding halls and staircases, avoiding footsteps when we heard them. Eventually, we finally reached my office. Everything was the same as I had left it. I'll go and check the perimeter, Mr. President. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna pour myself a glass of whiskey, I imagine. Taste was as exquisite as ever. I looked at the chair in front of my desk and remembered happier times with Peter. I raised my glass and finished it all. I'm gonna sit in my chair. I ran my hands over the leather armrests. I'd always felt comfortable sitting here. My mind went back to all the conversations I'd had in this chair, all the important decisions I'd made. I wondered which of them had led me to this miserable end. Okay, let's open the curtains and look outside and get shot in the head. Black smoke was rising from downtown Holsword. Buildings shook, groaned and collapsed as bombs went off. From afar I saw bodies of people, civilians, strewn across roads and sidewalks. So this is what had become of Holsword, of Sordland. The door to my office flew open. It was Yosef. His shoulder was bleeding. He stumbled inside, collapsed on the couch and took a huge slug of my whiskey. Hang on, I thought I'd finished it. Maybe he took the bottle. They are here, Mr. President. They are inside the palace. They are coming for you. I heard gunfire and more screams from the floor beneath us. Don't forget about that handgun I gave you. Of course, it's up to you how you want to use it. Mr. President, before I go. Yosef tightened his grip on his handgun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for failing our country. I thought we had them trapped at El Stord. Yosef stared down at the floor, lost in regrets. It's my fault, General. I got us an unwinnable war. We can't do anything about that now. All we can do is make our last stand. You're right. This mess is entirely your fault. We can't do anything. We can make our last stand, okay? It's interrupted by a sudden loud noise of gunfire in the hall outside. Well, that's my cue. He pointed to his belt. I saw several grenades hanging from it. Out with a bang, right? Yosef turned to me. No matter what, it was an honor to serve you, sir. Likewise. He saluted me. Morgna Vescor. Yes, Victon Distar. Yosef ran to the door and opened it. I heard the metallic sounds of the pins being removed from the grenades. Wrecking Sordland! Gunshots rang out and then an ear-splitting explosion followed by silence. A good long minute passed. Then I heard the final sound of approaching footsteps. I redid my tie and looked at myself in the mirror before sitting down at my desk. I looked down at the gun Yosef had given me and shifted it from one hand to the other. The door burst open and a soldier in Rugbergen uniform stormed in. He turned his rifle on me. I surrender. Please don't hurt my family. I beg you, please. Point the gun towards your own head. Point the gun towards the soldier. Yeah, we're going out. Yeah, I got shot. Checkmate. 1958. Whole sword. You pointed the gun at the soldier, a young man, no more than Frank's age, unfairly asked to die for his country. 2 more men burst in and started yelling at you to lower your weapon in broken Swordish. You pulled the trigger. I'm obviously not going to win. There's 3 of them. I'll put the gun down. The soldier reeled back, then retrained his gun on you, sneering. Monica cried out your name. You prepared for the end. Another one of the men approached you and hit you with the headstock of his rifle. You blacked out. By the time you came to yourself, you were in a Rumberg prison cell. Hours turned into days and days turned into weeks. Guards and soldiers tormented you from dusk till dawn, scarring your mind and body long after you told them everything you knew about Sordland and your presidency. Asked about your family, but none of your questions were answered. When would it end? One day you were woken up with a splash of icy water. A warden told you the Queen would pay you a visit. You prepared a makeshift knife and hid it well. You entered the cell. You tried to stab her. Bitch. Prison guards quickly wrenched the knife out of your hands. Queen Beatrice Livingston demanded your immediate execution. You were forcibly brought before an electric chair. They strapped you to the seat. The metal cap was put on your head without wetting the sponge. Oh, that's okay. The Queen pulled the lever, and so Anton Rain was no more. Hail the Queen. Okay. History will remember you as Neo-Solist. Okay. Where was everyone else? Okay, so I was pretty over here, wasn't I? Peter was in the middle. Fourth president of Sordland, succeeded by Beatrice Livingston. Right, so they just took over the country. Okay. Between 1954 and 1958, 2.2 million civilians have died in the war. 29,213 people died due to complications related to polio. 228 police officers and 819 Bluish militants were killed in firefights. 33,760 people were arrested for their suspected ties to Red Youth and Young Swords. 589,112 Swordish lives were lost during the Rumberg invasion. 12,390 people were arrested for their ties to the Workers' Party of Blue Deer. 4,109 state officials were arrested for corruption charges. 11,340 domestic violence cases were reported. 81,340 companies declared bankruptcy. 259,498 students left secondary education without graduating. Damn. Wow. I wasn't going to beg for mercy. Suzerain! Developed by Torpor Games. Okay, well, we'll let the credits roll then. So that was Suzerain. So I think I would do things a little bit differently. I wouldn't get fooled by the old guard and their bullshit evidence. I should have tried to do the change to the Constitution and got more power that way. So just don't trust anyone. And maybe to be a little bit more placating to Rumberg. I mean, they were a threat the entire game, but not until right to the end. So I don't know how to be nice to them somehow. I don't know. We need to get allies because we were on our own. So I'm not sure. There's definitely different ways of playing the game and finishing off the game. So anyway, so I died in a Rumbergian Prison cell. Not great. Country got taken over. The economy was trash. All my people hated me in the end. So, par for the course. That was pretty much what I was expecting. So yeah, this will be the last episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series. And I will see you again next time in the next playthrough. Take care, everyone.